I am not going to be able to sing for you or play the piano because you wouldn't run out of here. I do not have that talent. I am really, really humbled to be here. You know, the Root celebrates African American Black excellence, but its touch is so much further than only the African American community. Although it's something precious to the African American community, it's precious to so many because it brings such enlightened commentary on so many issues, and it covers everything from politics to social issues to medical issues to who's got the greatest song out right now, and it just covers so many amazing things. To let you know that I know what I'm talking about, my assistant, or as I call him, my boss, Jeremy Murray, is a Caucasian male, and he came into my office like jumping up and down and excited, and he said, "You're #1 for the Root?" And I said, "Get out of my office lying today, please. Michelle Obama is #1 for the Root. I'm not #1. He's like, "You are." I actually did not believe him and sent him to do something. And then my phone started blowing up. Have you seen this? So I had to go get him. I said, "You were telling the truth?" He was like, "Of course I was telling the truth." I am so honored and just humbled to be highlighted in this way. Today is truly one of my life's greatest honors. Me and my girlfriends who are here to support me, that always come to support me, we sat and we talked about what this venue means. To be in Harlem at the Apollo Theater, all of the great acts, not just of my generation, but of my parents' generation and my grandparents' generation. I really don't even understand how I get to be in this great place, accepting this great honor at this historic venue. So I want to thank the Root, but I really want to thank the voters that took the time and thought that I was deserving of such an honor. But when I thought about what does this honor really mean, I don't think it's a personal honor for me, but it's something even better and bigger than that the Root is honoring this evening. It's the ideal of the rule of law and the commitment to our nation. I tell people often, and I mean it, as long as I have the honor of serving as the district attorney, no one is beneath the protection of the law or above being held accountable by the law. I tell people I'm often very embarrassed that I am honored for doing something that we deserve as a community. Every single person deserves the protection of the law, and that's no matter what your race is, who you choose to love, how you personally identify, or your social economic status, or who your mama and your daddy is. That should have nothing to do with the law protecting you. So many Black people and others have just completely lost confidence in our justice system, in our laws, in our nations. And we have to be honest, it's because much of our nation's 400-year history has done things that have excluded, have oppressed, have denied certain communities opportunity. I think what this award truly signifies is that I, as an African American woman, am qualified and willing and able to stand up for the true ideals of America. Now, I tell people often, it is just a privilege to be born a Black woman. But if I'm honest, the women in this audience know, no matter what their race is, that so often just because you were born female, that you're underestimated. And minority communities know, not just African American people, but Latino people also experience the underestimation just because of the skin that God chose to put you in. I'm here to tell the women in the audience and the minority communities, weaponize that gift. Let them underestimate your beauty. Let them underestimate your integrity. Let them underestimate your struggle, your endurance, and your brilliance. As Dr. King said in his speech on the March of Washington 60 years ago, our community has fought every day since the founding of this nation to redeem what he called the promissory note. The Declaration of Independence and the Constitution that every person is equal before the law and entitled to the dignity, respect, and freedom. A lot of folks mad, but I'm still here. You know, when I was a freshman at Howard University, one of the organizations I joined was the NAACP because I wanted to be involved in social change. And if you had asked me 30 years ago if I thought that the NAACP was going to be an organization that was necessary for generations, I would have told you no. Not because I didn't think it was a great organization. I thought we were moving as a country as we would no longer need these organizations because the playing field would be equal for everyone. Certainly the work we were doing would not be required to be done 10 years from then, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. But what we are learning as a generation is that our fight is not a historical fight. It is not the fight of my parents or our grandparents. The struggles are not settled. They continue on today. And all of your talents are needed so that we can get to where this country deserves to be. Unfortunately, what I realize is that it is the fight of my children, and it is likely going to be the fight of my grandchildren. But we have got to stay committed to our ideals, that it does not matter your religion. There is no place to hate someone because they choose to worship in a way different from you. There is no room to hate someone because of the skin that God put them in. And it ain't none of your business who they love at night. So it's a fight that each of us has been called on right here and now to join, to uphold, and to advance. We must advance the notion that every person in our society, no matter who they are, is entitled to be treated fairly and equally before the law. And that means equal dignity and equal accountability. I will never be able to say thank you in a way that is sufficient, but I am honored, I am humbled that you thought that I was deserving of this work. And I promise, as long as I am here, I will use my life to continue to serve God and our community. Thank you.